everyone, we're going to find the domain of f and its inverse. And this is our function f of x. So the first thing we're going to do is find the domain of just our function. So let's note that this is a square root function. So this has to be this quantity, I'll just call it x, has to be greater than or equal to 0. So let's set that to that. 3 minus e to the 2x has to be greater than or equal to 0. And let's solve for x. So we have negative e to the 2x is greater than or equal to negative 3. Divide everything by negative, or multiply through by negative. Let's just multiply through by negative, and you're going to get e to the 2x. Remember, you have to flip this when you multiply or divide by negative, is 3. All right, now solving for this, we're going to rewrite it with natural log. So this is going to be 2x is less than or equal to ln of 3. Multiply through by 1/2. So we're going to get x is less than or equal to 1/2 ln of 3. All right, so the domain, and this is an exponential equation, so it's usually all real numbers except for the radical. So the domain is going to be, it can equal 1/2 ln of 3, so that's closed interval, and all the way down to infinity. That's how you could write it like that. You can write it this way as well. All right, now let's take the inverse and find the domain of that. So for this, I'm going to go and write this as y equals square root of 3 minus e to the 2x. All right, when you do that, we can write this as, let's square both sides. So we're going to get y squared equals 3 minus e to the 2x. And let's try to solve for x here. So we're going to get 3 minus y squared equals e to the 2x. We could switch that around. And so now let's write this as like we did before. Write this with the ln of y. So we get 2x equals ln of 3 minus y squared. All right. Now, last step. Let's multiply through by 1/2. I'm going to do the x first. So you multiply through by 1/2, you get x equals 1/2 ln of 3 minus y squared. Now let's interchange the x and the y. So you get y equals 1/2 ln of 3 minus x squared, like that. All right. So now that we have that, that's your inverse. All right, and we notice that this quantity here has to be greater than 0. So basically, if you set 3 minus x squared is greater than 0, then we have x squared is less than 3. I just added the x squared and I put it here, so x squared is less than 3. Now that means when you square root both sides, we have absolute value of x is less than square root of 3. So square root both sides. All right, so you have to do the absolute value there. So that means our domain is going to be negative square root of 3 in between these negative square root of 3 and square root of 3. However, remember this has to be greater than 0. So basically we have to change this. We can't use that. We have to start at 0. That's basically your domain. And you can write it as let's see, it can equal 0. So the way you can write this is as 0, comma, square root of 3. So that's your domain of f inverse of x. It's also the range of f. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.